So, good morning students. Today I am going to explain you the page number 295 and page number 296. In the page number 295, it is a application based question. If you look at the page number 295, you will get the part is application based questions. The first question is identify whether the following are keywords used in C language or not. So these are the keyword. That keyword can be used in the C language or not. The first one is constant. First one is constant, float, amount, int, long, compiler, double, unsigned. So these are the questions given in the book. They ask whether this keyword can be used in which other following are keyword used in C language. So these are the keyword used in C language. So constant is a float is a C keyword. Int is a C keyword. Float is used to give the decimal numbers. Int integer type, long, double and unsigned. So these are the different C keyword which you can use in C language. Okay. Now come to the question number 2. Here says which of the following are invalid variable name and why. The second question is which are the following invalid. You see at the question here, row 2, minimum, float, customer name, and roll number, first name and $1. So this is the question given in the book. Here asks either these word can be used as a variable or not. Row 2, this is invalid. Why? Because here we see row and 2 are there, one gap is there. Gap is blank space does not allow in the variable name, so this is invalid. Minimum is valid. Float is invalid because this is a C keyword. We cannot use C keyword as a variable name. Customer name invalid because here we use space between customer and name, so it is invalid. Roll number invalid. The first character must be an alphabet. No numbers and special character can be used before the variable name, so it is invalid. First name valid because here we see first and name, there is one underscore character can be used with the first and name, so it is valid. $1 is valid because the first character must be an alphabet. Now come to the question number 3. Come to the question number 3. In question number 3, what will the value of C after the execution of the following code? Assume that A, B, C are declared as int data type. So in the questions, there is value of A equals to 20, value of B equals to 6, value of C equals to A plus B, and value of again C equals to A into 5. These are questions. So according to the questions, what will we get the output. To find the output, if you go through the program, it is very easy for you, because here the value of A, B, C, the value of A, B are given. So if you write the program from as include stdio.h, then as include coreo.h, then main int main or main, whatever it is, then okay. Now the first thing is that we have to declare the variables, either it is integer, float, characters. So the first, after the curly bracket, the first statement we use is a declaration variables. So here we can declare how many variables we are using here: A, B, and C. Both A, B, and C are what type of data? Integer type of data. So we have to declare it first. So I am declaring here int, because these three are integer variables. So int A, B, C. So whatever variable you use in the program, that variable must be declared it first. Okay. Next, then int is A, B, C. Next, the value of A equals to 20. Okay. Value of B equals to 6. Next, our process statement will be start. So we can write C equals to A plus B. Again, C we will take as A into 5. So our input part is finished. So next we go for the output. For output, I explained in the last class the what statement we use print statement for the output. So printf. So here A, B, and C is declared as an int. So for int, what type of character we use? We use %d, then again d, again %d. So this d you can take for as a. No, so we can take only d. C is there, but we can take only one d, because output only we can only find out the output. So %d, the output will be given, yes, d, then you will take comma, then you can write C. So when you run the program, you get the output how much? The value of A is 20, B is 6, 20 plus 6 is equals to 26. So here the value of C is how much? 26. In the next statement, C equals to A into 5. So what is the value of A? What is the value of A? 20. So what we get here? 20 into 5 equals to C or A, I think. This is not C, A. This is not C. So what is the value of C? Here we get the value of C is how much? 26. So C is how much? 26 into 5. 80. So here is the value of 80. So when you run the program, you get the output is how much? 100. You will get the output 1. So this is the output of your program. See here. C equals to A plus B. Value of A is 20, value of B is 6, 20 plus 6, 26. Here again C equals to C into 5. Here the value of C is how much? 26. So we can multiply 26 into 5, we will get the answer 130. So when you run the program, you will get the output 130. Clear all of you? Next question here says, all these applications program you write in your copy in your practical notebooks. So when school is open, I will check your practical notebooks. So all the application based questions in the lab questions you have to write in your practical notebook. If you are not writing in practical notebook, buy it and write it in your write it there. Okay, next question is, write a statement to read three integer number entered by user such as 34, 123, 435. Use the variable n1, n2, n3 for this. So whenever the value is given, we just write a equals to b left. We can use left statement. We can use a equals to 20, b equals to 6 when the value is given. Here says that you have to read the statement, read three integers, and after using the variable, you have to enter the value. So by the user can change the number. So whenever the value of the any variable are given by the user, in that cases, we have to use the statement scanf. So I will show you after curly brackets int n1, n2 and n3. I tell you again that whatever variable you are using in the program, that variable must be declared at the beginning of the program. Now remember it. Next is, we see here the value of n1, n2, n3 are not given. So when you run the program, you have to give the value of n1, n2, n3. In that cases, we have to use the statement scanf. Scanf percentage, this is integer, so you can take d for first integer. Okay, I will then comma ampersand and 1. Here I am using, you can use three variables in single scanf statement, or you can use three variables in separate scanf statement. Here I am using separate scanf statement. So again, scanf percentage d ampersand and 2. Scanf percentage d, we take d because these all are integer variable. I told that for integer we can take percentage d, for float percentage f, for character percentage c. So here we use three scanf statements. After that I am using a printf percentage d for n1, percentage d for n2, percentage d for n3. You can use n1, n2 and n3. Okay. So when you run the program, the computer asks the value of n1, n2 and n3. So when you run the program, you get one question in the output part. When you run the program, the computer asks the first value of n1. In the book, it is given the value is the 14. We write 14 and press enter. Second, again, the computer asks for the value of n2. I am giving 1, 2, 3, press enter. And the computer asks for the value of n3. They give you 3, 2, 4 and press enter. When you press enter, the output given is what? n1 is how much? 14. Then 1, 2, 3. Then 3, 2, 4. These are. So here I am using the scanf statement. So when we use scanf statement, the value should be given when we run the program. The value should be given when we run the program. So this is the function of scanf. So when you use scanf, the user have to enter the value of any variables. Okay. Next is number 5. How many bytes will be followed? Take it memory. Okay. Number 5. Here asks how many bytes will the following take in memory. Number 1 is X. Number B is C. Both are X. The first one is written between single quote. The second written between the double quote. So how many bytes it will take to store in the computer? It will take 1 bytes. It will take 2 bytes. Why? Anyone can tell me why the first one take 1 byte and the second one 2 byte? Because the first one take only 1 byte because it is written only X, so it will take 1 byte. Here take 2 byte. Why? See, when you use any variable within double quote, automatically the compiler add 1 character, that is null character. When you use within double quote, automatically the compiler add 1 null character, that is 0. That is 0. The compiler add automatically 1 extra characters, null characters, that is called null characters. So that's why this variable take 2 bytes of memory. Clear? Okay. Next, page 296 in the lab. Here there are 3 questions. I think there are 5 questions, but I am not going to explain 5 questions. So the first question is, write a program in C to display the following output using the single printf function. You see, I love my country. You have to display the I love my country in separate lines. See, look at the output. I love my country in separate lines. But you have to use it in single printf statement. So single printf statement, how we write? I'm just writing the output only, not using the include, etc. So printf. See, I told you the function of printf is twice. One is to display the result. Second one is whatever you write between the double quotation mark, that will display in the output. Okay. The first one is I. Okay. Then use /n. What is the function of /n? /n means new line, because here the output is I love my country. Okay. So here you have to display the text in separate line. I love my country. So write I, then again write love, use /n, then again write putting quote mark love /n, again write country, then /n. So you see, when you write the statement, see here I am using I love my country by using single printf statement. So to display the different statement in different line, you have to use the character /n. If you /n, then the output will come I /n love my country. So in this way, you can write many lines by using /n. This will display the output I love my country in separate lines. Clear? Next, you see, look at the output. Question number 2. What will be the output of the following printf statement? Write a program in C and see the result. See, in the question number 2, you have to write it in the program. Question number 2. So include stdio.h, include conio.h, then main curly braces. Okay. Now the output is the print statement is given. So here say printf and n. Okay. So here no any variables are there, so no need to declare here. Just write the statement, because here the printf statement is used only for display the result. In that case is printf backslash n, again n, my goal and is backslash t to master backslash n, then c backslash n programming. See, this is a statement written between the one single printf statement. In that case, you see, if you run the program, what will get output? The first one is backslash n backslash. That means if it is your computer screen, the first thing is backslash n used twice. That means you will get one gap, two gaps here. This is a gap, not the bar, not a dash. It's gap. Backslash n for one line, backslash one n for second line. That means two lines will be left. Then my goal. Here write my goal. Again adding backslash. That means it will come in the next line. My goal is. After is tab. Tab is what? It will tab. Backslash T is for tab. So when you use tab, it will jump at least 7 to 8 lines. Then my goal is to master. Then backslash n, c backslash n, then programming. You see here, the first two slash n is used for to leave to blank line. Then my goal written here within the quote marks. Then after that backslash n, it will come to the next line. Is here. I'm using here slash t for tab. Tab it will leave at least 6 to 7 space here to master. Again backslash n, next line c backslash n programming. So this is the output of your program. Here. Now in question number 3, write a program in C to input marks in 5 subjects and display the following output. So question number 3 and 4 I leave for you. You will do in your question number 3 and 4 your homework. You can do in your practical notebook. So when school will be reopened or your practical will be going on, in that time I will check your practical notebook. If you are not doing, then you will not get marks in practical. Mind it. You have to write in your practical notebook. When I ask for you, you will show me in the class. Okay. Now come to question number 5. Write a program in C to input 2 numbers, say 15 and 18, and print the output as the 2 numbers are 15 and 18. So here the value of any variable given here. So let's start with the programs. That is include stdio.h, include conio.h, main, then program start. So here we have to input the two values 15 and 18. So we will declare it here, because I am using declare int because both 15 and 18 are the integer. So I am taking here a, b and c. A, B we take as a for no A B will take as the integer because the value of A B should be 18 and 15. So A equals to 18 plus 15 and B equals to 18, which is given in your book. Now next is printf statement, because no calculations are there. So simple write here percentage D percentage, no, if you use the statement here, the two numbers are right, the two numbers. So whatever you write in the double quotation mark, that will print in the output. Then write percentage D, then write A comma B. Okay. Now when you run the program, return 0. Okay. Then program close. So when you run the program, the value of A is 15, the value of B is 18. Printf, the two number is. So when you run the program, the output will come like this. See, here the in the printf statement, here the two number are written between two inverted comma. So that same to same will be displayed in output. The two number, then value of A is what? So 50. Any exception? A comma A within comma and B. And so what is the value of A? A is 15. The two number 15. Then written A and under the double quotation mark. So and is printing here. Then value of B is 18. So this is the output. So for this output, you have to write the program. Clear of you. So for your work, question number 4, question number 3, and question number 4 is your homework. You have to write in your practical notebook. Whenever I ask you, you can show me here. Okay? Thank you.